Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a time in your life when you felt unstoppable, filled with purpose and energy. Maybe it's been a while, or maybe it was just yesterday. But here's the truth: we all share life. With all its storms, its challenges, its ups and downs, will inevitably test you. In those moments when everything seems to fall apart, you find yourself at a crossroads. You have two choices: to let the world mold you into something smaller than you are, or to take the reins and rebuild yourself into someone stronger, wiser, and truer to the person you're meant to be. Rebuilding yourself isn't an easy journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It requires courage to face your inner doubts, perseverance to keep moving forward, and resilience to pick yourself up time and time again. Each setback, each mistake is a lesson waiting for you to learn. If you're willing to embrace the process, you'll find the power to change, to evolve, and to become the person who can not only survive the storms of life, but thrive in their wake. In this journey, you don't have to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion that only serves to make you feel like you're never enough. Instead, aim for progress. Aim to be a little better today than you were yesterday. Aim to turn your weaknesses into strengths, your fear into fuel, and your setbacks into comebacks. Trust that each step, however small, is leading you closer to the person you were always meant to become. Rebuilding yourself is not about erasing your past, it's about learning from it, using it, and becoming the architect of your own destiny. It's never too late to begin again. It's never too late to redefine who you are and what you stand for. So rise, dust yourself off, and remember, this journey is yours, and it's worth every step. Embrace it and watch as you transform into the person you've always known you could be. Life has a way of throwing challenges in our path. Some are small, like a pebble you can brush aside. Others are mountains that seem impossible to climb. But every single one of them holds a mirror up to us, revealing who we are and who we have the potential to become. These moments of struggle, of feeling tested to our very core, are what show us the crossroads we must stand at. Do we let the weight of the world press us down, make us small, or take away that light inside us? Or do we choose to rise, to rebuild, to stand taller and become stronger than we were before? This is the choice we all face. It's the choice to let ourselves be shaped by life's hardships, or to take control of the hammer and chisel and shape ourselves. It takes a certain fire within, a quiet kind of bravery, to look at the pain, the obstacles, the disappointments, and say, "This will not define me." It's in those quiet moments, when no one's watching, that we decide if we're going to step up or step back. And that's where true strength is born, not in avoiding the hard times, but in facing them head on and deciding to become something greater because of them. Rebuilding yourself is no small feat. It takes a courage that goes beyond words, a strength that isn't always visible to the outside world. It starts within, in the depths of your soul, where you confront the shadows and fears that have lingered for far too long. Facing those doubts, those whispered thoughts that tell you you're not good enough, is no easy task. But that's where the journey begins, by looking at those doubts square in the eye and choosing not to let them have the final say. And when you're knocked down, as life will surely do, resilience is what will pull you back up. It's that quiet determination, that whisper in your mind saying one more time, resilience is not just the ability to stand again, but the ability to rise with even more resolve. It's the will to go on when others would give up, to find the strength to try again, even when the path is unclear. It's in those moments of rising after each fall that you realize you're becoming someone who can face whatever life throws at you. The journey demands courage, and it demands resilience, but in time you'll find you're stronger than you ever knew possible. Mistakes and setbacks, they're the things we often wish we could erase, the moments we'd rather forget. But these stumbles, these falls, hold some of life's most powerful lessons. Every misstep, every failed attempt, every broken dream carries a message, if we're willing to listen. They may seem like walls blocking our way, but often they're stepping stones guiding us toward wisdom we couldn't find any other way. These moments of falling short teach us about humility, about patience, about our own limitations, and about the courage needed to stand up and try again. Imagine for a moment if we never made a mistake. Life would become smooth, predictable, but flat, lacking the depth that comes from learning the hard way. You see, setbacks reveal to us the things we need to work on, the areas we can grow. They push us to dig deeper, to understand ourselves more honestly, and to ask what truly matters. And sometimes in the process we find new strengths we didn't know we had, talents we'd overlooked, or passions we'd forgotten. When you look at setbacks as teachers, they stop being things to run from. They become the building blocks of something greater, something truer, as we gather the wisdom they offer and weave it into the fabric of who we are becoming. The idea of perfection is something many of us chase, like a distant horizon always just out of reach. But the truth is, perfection is a myth, a distraction, an illusion that can hold us back. Life isn't about being flawless, it's about making progress. It's about waking up each day and deciding to be just a little bit better than you were yesterday, to take one more step forward. That's how real growth happens, not in leaps and bounds, but in steady, determined steps, each one building on the last. When you focus on progress instead of perfection, you give yourself the space to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. You let go of the fear of falling short and instead start to see each day as an opportunity to become more of who you're meant to be. It's not about rushing or reaching some finish line. It's about embracing the journey, knowing that with each small step forward, you're becoming stronger, wiser, and truer to yourself. And when you look back, you'll see just how far you've come, one small victory at a time. You'll see that it was the effort, the persistence, the commitment to move forward, even on the hard days, that made all the difference. Each small step, each moment of progress, is a testament to your resilience, your strength, and your will to keep growing, no matter what life puts in your path. There's a saying that your greatest weaknesses can become your greatest strengths if you're willing to face them, to understand them, and to let them teach you. We all carry fears, doubts, memories that weigh us down, but what if, instead of running from them, you chose to look them in the eye? What if you took those things that have held you back and turned them into fuel for your journey forward? That's the power that lies within, waiting to be tapped. Your weaknesses, your fears, your past mistakes, they aren't there to defeat you. They're there to show you where you have room to grow. When you take that fear and make it your fuel, it stops being something that holds you back. It becomes a reminder of your courage, a sign that you're moving into new territory, into places where real change can happen. Each fear you face, each shadow you confront, is a part of yourself you reclaim. It's a part of you that gets stronger, more resilient. And as for the past, you can't change it, but you can change how you use it. Let it be a guide, a teacher, a reminder of how far you've come and how far you still want to go. When you take ownership of your past and your weaknesses, they stop being barriers. They become stepping stones. They become the things that push you, that inspire you, that make you even more determined to build the life you want. Embracing these parts of yourself doesn't weaken you, it empowers you to rise, to rebuild, and to face each new day with the strength of someone who has truly come to know themselves. One of life's greatest truths is that it's never too late to begin again. No matter how far you've traveled down a certain path, no matter how deeply you've settled into a routine, there is always the option to change, to redefine who you are and what you stand for. The beauty of life is that it allows us to reinvent ourselves time and time again, to shed old skin and emerge with a clearer sense of purpose. It's a gift we're given, and it's up to us to decide when and how to use it. Starting over doesn't mean erasing everything that's come before. It means taking the best parts of who you are, the wisdom, the lessons, the strength, and using them to create a new version of yourself. It's about looking at your life with fresh eyes, asking yourself what really matters, and making the brave choice to follow that vision. It's about stepping away from the noise, the expectations, the pressures, and choosing a path that feels truer to who you are now, not who you used to be. There is a quiet power in choosing to begin again, in standing at the threshold of your life and deciding to take a different direction. It's an act of courage, of faith in yourself, and of trust that you're capable of creating a future that aligns with the deepest parts of your soul. When you make this choice, you free yourself from the weight of the past and open the door to endless possibilities. Starting anew isn't a sign of weakness or failure, it's a sign that you have the strength to grow, to adapt, and to shape your life in a way that's meaningful to you. It's never too late to rise, to redefine, and to rebuild yourself into someone who stands tall, proud, and unwavering in the face of life's challenges. Transformation, it doesn't happen all at once. It isn't a moment of sudden revelation or a single grand act. True transformation is a journey, one that requires patience and a willingness to stay the course. Each step forward, each small change, each quiet victory over doubt is a part of this process. Sometimes the change is so gradual that you don't even notice it until one day you look back and realize how far you've come, how much stronger and more resilient you've become. In those early stages, it might feel like you're moving through the dark, unsure of what's ahead. It can be tempting to give up, to think that if you haven't seen results yet, they must not be coming. But transformation is like a seed planted deep in the ground. For a long time, you may see nothing above the surface. But beneath the soil, in the unseen spaces, roots are taking hold, stretching down, creating the foundation needed to support something beautiful and enduring. And so, step by step, you continue. You build habits that lift you up, you let go of what no longer serves you, and you add to the person you are becoming, one piece at a time. There will be setbacks, days where you stumble, but those too are a part of the transformation. Because every time you fall and get back up, you prove to yourself that you're committed, that you believe in this journey. Every fall sharpens your resolve, and every rise adds to your strength. When you finally reach that place where you can see the changes in yourself, where you feel more grounded, more whole, you'll understand that every moment along the way was worth it. You'll see that transformation isn't about becoming someone else, but rather about uncovering the best version of yourself. And when you stand there, strong and steady, you'll know that every step, every effort, and every lesson is woven together to create a life that truly reflects who you are meant to be.